biggest donors for like the other side. We're talking about as far as like the Biden Harris campaign. And it's
Right.
like Google is one of their biggest donors.
Whoa.
Yep.
So
And that's public.
that's public.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's all
Google
real.
is
That's right.
the biggest donor to the Democrat
Oh, and their
Party.
employers are
Yeah.
huge donors of the Democrats. I mean, it's I have friends who work there. I have friends who involved in the tech sector. Google is a straight up insane company. The people, the senior leadership, the people who run the search algorithms, it is effectively a left wing propaganda machine.
He's doing this is the cathedral thing again. Again, if you don't know, he's a big fan of Moldbug, who's a right-wing neo-monarchist slash fascist. And he has this idea of the cathedral, which is essentially the easiest way to understand is it's just the woke mind virus and how it controls institutions for a political agenda. What he's describing here is that.
And there are all these other ways you come up to. Sorry to interrupt you, but
No, you're great.
like this was a thing that I like a couple of years ago when I was doing my Senate campaign. Somebody said, go and Google, can a man get pregnant? And I was like, well, why would I do that? I know the answer to that question. He's like, just go do it. You type into Google, I don't know if this is still true, but it was true 2 years ago. Can a man get pregnant? And the first search result is yes, a man can get pregnant. In fact, it happens more often than people think.
What the
Right. It's a weird company.
It reminds me of that. I saw a post the other day about that one boxer person who was like, people are saying that, and I don't think this is confirmed at all, but people are saying that that she has XY chromosomes. And someone was saying that if you have XY chromosomes, you're a man. And then, obviously that's not true. But it just also kind of like implies that, so men can get pregnant. Okay, got it. Nice.
But it actually, you realize it controls the flow of information in our country.
But that's what's scary because like most people are not going to do like any sort of research or looking in deeper, and they just take it for face value. So it's just kind of like, where do we go from here as technology advances and as like that sort of side of things just becomes more and more powerful? Like, how do we actually know what's real?
Well, that's a good question, man. I think part of it is you have to accept, if you're a consumer of information, that everybody's trying to sell you something, right? And you can't just assume because you go in and Google something it's true. And you can't assume because you go and watch something at YouTube or go and watch something, even a Rumble, like
Even Rumble.
Sort of think for yourself. And you have to assume
Even Rumble
trying to filter their own bias and put it into something that you're consuming. And that's kind of the attitude that I take towards news. And you just have to, as much as possible, think for yourself. I actually think it's better now than it was 5 years ago. Because, Google's still crazy. But now people are watching podcasts like yours. I mean, millions of people watch your podcast, right?
Isn't sex determined by chromosomes? It's more complicated than that. Chromosomes will tell. It'll help tell your body what kinds of organs and stuff to create, but not necessarily. It's not, there are people that have different kind of conditions that will end up it's an indicator. Yeah, thank you for the word. But yeah, there are people that have XY chromosomes and they're women with female genitalia and etc. Oh God, can we not? No, we can. I'm in my own room.
So just this movement of people thinking
Jesus, don't tell me what to do.
for themselves, I think is a much bigger deal and has changed the way we consume information. And we just have to keep on going.
This is a marathon stream. There's 34 hours, 28 minutes, and 27 seconds left in the stream. The moment that it hits 0, then the marathon is over. If you want to influence the amount of time on the clock, the best way to do it is with a donation. You find a link to that in the description of the YouTube or by typing the donate command in chat. If you want, to everyone who has done so, namaste.
Pathway, being skeptical, thinking for yourself, consuming alternative sources of information. And that's probably how you break the fever. But it is a problem, right?
Yeah.
Let me give you another example of Google, right? So what do you think is the biggest email client in the world? It's probably Gmail. In fact, I'm almost certain it's Gmail.
Yeah.
Right? I use Gmail, so I'm not criticizing. But one of the main ways we fundraise for political campaigns in our country, I don't know how they do it in Canada, but you send text messages, right? Or you send emails. Well, let's say that Google filtered 90% of the Republican fundraising emails into spam, but only filtered 10% of the Democrat fundraising emails into spam. Well, the
Do they do that?
Democrats are going to raise way more money. That's not hypothetical. That is exactly what happened. In fact, we've tried to file a lawsuit against Google to try to
Google file.